certainly think black people should be celebrated, because without black history, there is no history. You know, black people have contributed significantly to humanity. Do you understand? And black people are really artistic, they're talented, they're gifted, and black people really do mean well. I believe the whole process of celebrating black people is to educate the people. Both black people and white people need to be educated. Okay, so I stand for black people being celebrated at all times, not just one day, but throughout the day. Not just 1 month, Black History Month, but black people should be celebrated throughout the year. And I also believe they could be celebrated through education, because British children, they need to be educated. Most of our black children in this country, they don't know anything about their roots. They have no knowledge about their background. And it's a proud history, it's a great history, because we come from the ancestors of great kings and queens. We have a wonderful and fabulous history that has been hidden for too long. You know, so I really believe the idea of celebrating black history, it's something that should really be worked on in all avenues. Think of the different areas in life: economics, politics, culture, music, food, arts, everything. Black people have contributed significantly, but black people have done great achievements. They've created great things that people use up to today. If you really want to know why black people should be celebrated, go and read this article. What would the world be like without black people? I believe everybody needs to know about their history. And basically, I've studied black history from the time I was a young person. I've taught young people. I'm a qualified teacher. I'm a qualified teacher, and I have experience, over 30 years experience. The thing is, being in this country has opened my eyes, because there are certain things I never experienced when I came from the Caribbean that I experienced here. Okay, I always used to see a man and a woman as a woman. I never used to see black and white. But this country made me see the difference. Okay, so I certainly believe I can go on and on and on. There is a lot more I have to say. If you have any questions, let's come.
Does it feel cathartic for you when you come to a protest? Does it help you release emotions?
Not really. It doesn't really help me to release any emotions, because the thing is, I have learned to control myself. I must say that I can say that I have a really good control of self. So coming to a protest or coming to a big event like this, there's nothing to my emotions. My emotions are always intact. Basically, I manage my emotions. So coming to an event will not really cause me to relieve anything or to relieve any tension. I have no tension in my being, because I've learned to train myself for personal development.
What do you think about the lack of black teachers in British schools? What is holding black people back from becoming qualified teachers like yourself?
Well, I'm a qualified teacher. I came here as a qualified teacher, and then I had to do the conversion program to maintain the British standards. What is actually keeping black people from, I guess, maybe the lack of not knowing how to go about it, not knowing what to do, maybe fear of the unknown, and also I believe racism is one of the things that keeps them back. Because I have faced racism in teaching as well. As a teacher, as a qualified teacher who came here, can I tell you about an experience I had? I was working at a school on a project in Hackney, where I was told to work with ethnic minorities, black children, Caribbean children, children from African descent, and even Turkish children. So the program was successful, just to help the children with their, to improve their skills in literacy and numeracy. The program was successful in one school. Another school asked me to repeat the program. So we did that project, and it was really successful. And the Learning Trust recommended that that program be repeated. However, I repeated it in another school, and it was rather successful. Upon completion, I spoke to the head teacher and asked her and told her I have an interest in getting a full-time teaching job at the school. At the time, the head teacher, who was a white lady, told me, speak to the deputy head. When I spoke to the deputy head, who was also a white man, he said to me, you are overqualified. You will take my job. So I said to him, I have no interest in your job. And then, later on that day, I met another teacher, another young lady who was working at that school at the time. She was a support assistant, a young lady from Bulgaria, blonde, blue-eyed, and she was so excited. And I said to her, what's going on? And she said, oh, I just got a job the head teacher just appointed me as a class teacher. So go and talk to her. Don't you want to teach in the school? And I said, of course I would like to teach in the school. But unknown to her, I had already spoken to the head teacher who denied me. So she urged me and she said, speak to the head teacher. But she just appointed me as a teacher. Although at the time she was a support assistant for children who had special needs. And I said to her, but are you a qualified teacher? She said, no. This lady said the head teacher told her she would help her to get qualified on the job. So I still tried. I still went to the head teacher again and said to her, and I'm still speaking to you because your deputy had told me I'm overqualified. And she said to me, well, the only job we can give you here is to be a teaching assistant for this young lady. Can you imagine? So I left the school.